It's super windy today, but I am having a pretty good time down here. I'm working on a new intro. It is March 2020, and that means that we've been building Red Aviva for the last 5 years. Well, happy anniversary, everybody. Welcome to year 5. You're coming too. From Washington State to now sunny California, we've been at it for 5 years. It began with selling our previous boat and taking that money to buy tools and build a shed. We assembled keel pieces, poured the ballast, and raised all 16 frames in the first 6 months. Now, half a decade later, and at a slower but steady pace, we're in the water. We're Salt and Tar, and this is our life.
Life is interesting. Life is crazy, you know. Kind of developed the dream that I've developed, and I never thought that it would have turned into this, so thank you. Thank you for making all this possible.
Like, subscribe, and support if you can. Last time, we launched Red Aviva, and we've been on bilge watch. Now it's night 2, and things have slowed down.
Man, this bilge is doing great. She's really closing up.
Yeah, just one major day of leaking.
Yeah.
That's a happy dance. Leo, who's been out to help us a couple times on the boat, lent us his pole, and Garrett caught us some dinner. Such a big guy! Right off the boat. It's about time to get you a proper fillet knife, huh?
I know.
Now that we're back in the water. Oh yeah. It's what we were missing last night when we were on bilge watch.
Well, now I know if I hook one and it's just legal, like the first one, I hooked it and it's like just 18 inches. And I'm like, I'm keeping this. I might never catch another one. Now I know, like, if you catch like an 18, 19, like, toss it back. Because second cast in.
Yeah.
Right in the same spot. 25 incher.
Starting to soak in a little bit more now that this is our second night in our slip. And first night was a very long night. We started, what was our original timer?
10 minutes.
10 minutes. We started at a 10-minute timer, and then probably somewhere around like 2 in the morning, we were able to switch to 15 minutes. And then slowly, just increments, then it went to 20
minutes.
And then
25.
Yeah, and then I think at like 6 in the morning, we were at like 25, 30 minutes.
Yeah, the first time we did a 30-minute, it went a little too long by the time the timer, so we switched back to a 25-minute. But then, I think the next one or the one after, we were able to go back to a 30-minute, and it wasn't too bad. So
this is definitely more our style. Fishing off the back of the boat, having a beer, make some dinner.
All we need now is some tunes.
But all the floorboards are still up just so we can keep an eye on everything. But all is well. Cheers, guys. We like never eat with butter, but that's gonna be delicious. You put like a stick of butter in there.
No. This is a tiny little like quarter butter stick, and it looks like more than it actually is. Whatever. Don't look at it. It's gonna be delicious. Don't know if this big old base stick can even fit on this grill. Okay, yeah, I can, but close. Yes.
Yummy. We took time to decompress after the 4 full months we were hauled out. We did things just because they were fun, slept in and relaxed, remembering to enjoy life and breathe.
People in the yard, and they're setting off to Sausalito for a week and then to go through Panama.
Hey! Safe journeys! Yeah! Fair winds!
Soon that'll be us.
Alright, we're ready to get started for the day. The task is filling all of the screw holes here on the cabin top, and anywhere where in the seams it's a little bit light, there's a few spots where we just want to put a little bit more, like right here. I don't know how well you can see it, but get a syringe, mix up some epoxy, and I'll do this. Garrett's helping clean up the holes, and then you gonna be organizing inside, you think?
Yeah, I'm gonna do some organizing, and then probably where I cut all those new floorboards, I need to get
The, like, framing in so you can put the doors back or the hatches back.
yeah, the little lips underneath it, so we can actually have the cabin sole again.
We've got Leo back today, so I think we're gonna try and tackle the main deck, laying down all of the caulking, because it requires toothbrush, cleaning out all the seams, vacuuming, and then we have the electric caulking gun, so Garrett's gonna pay down the seams as Leo and I think work our way back to the aft deck.
I think I'm gonna start up on the bow and I'm gonna work back to the cabin, and then I'm gonna do port side deck, and then from there hit all the way back and then get all these seams probably all the way to here to the cabin line, and then I'm gonna go up and do the starboard side deck, and then we're just gonna have to do the ladder to cap rail to cabin to jump down.
Swab's been displaced for this project, but since we've got Leo's help again, we think we can do all the deck seams in one day. With rain appearing on the forecast and holiday travels coming up, we want to get this done. You gonna do the cabin first and then the foredeck? You think?
Yeah, I'm gonna hit this all first because this is the only seam that I have to tape.
And it's supposed to rain on Tuesday. We're gonna protect all of this stuff. And then later, we'll be wood bunging. But that's further on in the future.
I mean, the whole thing is sealed. It wouldn't hurt it to get rained on because there's no way water can get into the plywood. I'm just trying to do this now is because once the rainy season starts in Napa, you never really get too many days without rain, and if it gets rained on, it's going to take a few days to dry. You never really get that long between rains, so it's nice and dry right now because it's just been through the summer. We probably should have ordered like 3 cases of this while we were at it. The SL30.
Yeah.
And they're like, this
Well,
is
you
not
said
gonna
10,
do.
so I ordered 12.
Yeah.
Even that's not enough.
I definitely, when I said it, I definitely was not planning on like trying to rally this in one day.
Yeah.
We'll order more later.
Is that one tube?
First tube done.
Oh, it's gonna go so fast.
Yep.
Oh no, you're not even done with the cabin trim. Whoops, that's where that goes. Oh yeah. We're gonna need a lot of tubes.
Yep.
We're gonna buy out their supply at Home Depot.
I mean, 12 cases, not 12 tubes.
Garrett just wanted to tape around the cabin so it would be super clean. And then we were thinking that we would do the rest of the deck just letting it overfill. But this is the first seam that he's done. And to get it to actually protrude out, he's got to use a lot of material. So what we're thinking now is that we're actually going to tape off all of the seams, and then that way he can, with the finger, just smush it in so we know that it's getting down into like the root of the seam. And yeah, so we're gonna tape a lot, but then we shouldn't blow through so many of these, which it adds up after a while. I think this one that we're using is about $5–6 a tube versus something like Sikaflex, which is like 14 to, I think I've seen it at like $26 a tube. And that's just a little bit out of, I really think, anybody's budget. And Garrett actually prefers this better, right?
Yeah.
Than Sikaflex for like the seam compounds, because it moves.
I've used
or
them all.
you should explain it better.
Yeah, I've used them all. I've used the polysulfides, you know, the teak deck systems and all that stuff, and they work great. But in my experience with using this, well, it used to be called SL30, but it's a Loctite. Now it's just called roof and flashing, PL roof and flashing. 1, it's cheap, which is great. 2, it's just really nice to work with. It sands better than any of the other things, like even the polysulfides, this like the teak deck system stuff that are like meant for this. It sands better than that. You get a cleaner line if you tape. When you pull off your tape, it has less tendency to like snag and stick and stuff. You know,
And it moves with the wood a little bit better, would you say?
it holds up beautifully. Like I've done a couple traditional hatches with it, and I mean,
Like our companionway hatch?
yeah, that are traditionally caulked planked hatches that swell and shrink just like a hull, and they're out in the
in the air, so they swell and shrink a lot between seasons. And after years, a few years now, I haven't had any seams separate. It just holds up great. So for me, I'm sold on it. I really like it.
All right, let the taping begin.
Hey, Huckleberry, can I help paint the fence?
Captain Ron joined in the fun, and it did take all 4 of us. I had to run into town and raided 3 stores, cleaning them out of all their SL30. Some 30-odd tubes later, though, the seams were filled. Up next, we get a little cabin fever as the wet winter rolls in. Oh, feeling that sun on your face for the first time in like a week. That feels pretty darn good. But we take advantage of the sunny days to peel off the tape, and when it pours, we're forced to work on the interior.
Finally finished putting the bed back together today.
That's nice.
Oh, that's nice.
Thanks for watching, and don't forget, like, subscribe, and support if you can.
Drop it.